Yes, YouTube, how are we doing? It's Ben Hawks with The Coach Consultant, and today we're talking about how you can actually build up your email database. So in my opinion, email marketing is something that every entrepreneur needs to be looking into, especially fitness professionals. As we know, when it comes to content, it's very up and down, whereas email marketing, you can control things a little bit more. And at the end of the day, this comes down to more retargeting, more impressions, more call links being sent, more offers being presented. So if you can build up an email list and be retargeting thousands of people alongside everything with social media, you're going to be onto a winner straight away. So if you're currently not looking at email marketing or have got any understanding or awareness for it, just jump over to one of my previous YouTube videos, which covers everything to do with email marketing from my perspective. But the main thing for me comes back down to statistics and data. So the average view time on Instagram across all the profiles out there is 8%. So on average, the view rate percent of your audience is 8%. So if you've got 10,000 followers, for example, 800 people will be actually viewing your content within that list on average on Instagram. And then it's 1% of people who are actually looking at your stories. So with a 10,000 followers, it'd be 800 people viewing content, 100 people viewing stories. If you've got a 10,000 email list as a starting point, the average open rate is from 17 to 28%. Based on basically the systems that we run with email marketing formats and the numbers that we've seen, you're looking at more like 30 to 45%. So if we had 10,000 emails and we were sending an email every single day, that's been sent to 3,500 to 4,000 people compared to what social media is. So just some numbers to quickly throw at you. But what I'm going to talk about today is how do you actually start one? Why do you actually start one? And then most importantly, how do you actually keep building up that database alongside covering loads of different areas associated with how you can actually look at loads of different forms of retargeting elements with one-to-one acquisition and outbound strategies as well associated. So in essence, with what I'm going to talk through today is not only increasing your level of warm outbound acquisition and targeting with conversations and DMs, but also at the same time, how do you actually keep that audience nurtured with retargeting alongside what you're running with email, guys. So I'm going to jump straight onto the whiteboard and show you a step-by-step example now. Right, guys, so the first consideration you've got to make when you are building out an email list and looking to scale your email list and retarget it is the simple one of why on earth should someone actually join that email list in the first place? It's as simple as that, because if you're not giving someone a strong enough reason to actually want to submit their email and join in the first place, they're not going to do it, right? So I basically have my email list as FitPro Unfiltered, right? So my email list is called FitPro Unfiltered, and on the opt-in form, it basically explains that this is my raw, honest truths, thoughts, feeling, emotions, similar to YouTube, but a bit more cutthroat on email. So make sure you join. But for example, I give someone the reason that, look, if you want to find out my honest, true opinions and receive my emails every single day with loads of free advice on business, mindset, entrepreneurship, then that's the reason why you need to join. So for example, when you're actually looking at actually starting your email list and building out your email database, why is someone joining? Is someone joining because they're going to learn more about body fat and fat loss? Are they going to learn more about mindset? Are they going to learn more about training and nutrition? Whatever it is, right? So a top tip on here is if you are actually going to start an email list and you've got let's just say the 3 pillars to your offer, you need to make sure that your offer on your social media is actually aligned to what you're going to be talking about in your email list alongside why someone would join. Because it's pointless having loads of people join an email list who's got actually zero interest in your actual offer, right? We want to make sure that people are joining for a reason. So when we're looking at the rationale and why someone's joining, it's because what you're going to offer with the content and value you're going to provide to people on that email list. And then you've got to basically also explain the frequency in which you're going to send these out. Is this going to be a weekly newsletter? Is this going to be a few emails per week? Or for example, what I love and what I run myself is a daily email system. So if you want to join my email list, you are going to get an email from value, raw truths, opinions, mindset, everything, every single day, 365 days a year. So when we're looking at why someone would join, so for example, with my own personal example with FitPro Unfiltered, they'll join because they're interested in what I'm going to be talking about within my offer, but they're also interested in the fact that they're going to get my honest, straight up, raw opinions and beliefs, right? So when you're looking at starting, make sure you've actually got the setup right, because if you are going to basically do all this type of stuff here, but the rationale for why someone would join or what you're actually sending out isn't actually viable or valuable for that person, there's not going to join in the first place. So step number 1 is make sure you actually put some thought process into what that email list is going to get from you, and thought process to how you present that to someone in terms of why they would actually sign up in the first place. The next step from that is the two-phase approach, which I spoke about on the previous start point to this video, that when you run the type of strategy that I'm going to talk about here, right, if you put two and two together, this is not just going to benefit you in terms of having more emails. This is going to benefit you in terms of having a shitload more people that you can be outbounding, contacting and connecting every single month. So if we basically look at an annual timeline, so on here you've basically got January all the way through to December. Right, what I want you to basically picture yourself, if I want to build up my email list, I'm going to have to give a lot of shit away to get their emails to put them into my database, right? So you can start thinking about for an email list, how are you going to give shit away so people sign up, right? So what I've put down out here is we've basically got January through to December. And step number one on this sequence is we're going to plan out 2 lead magnets every single month that we are going to release, that someone can either sign up by clicking on the form, sign up by using ManyChat, or even just kind of promote it to people on socials for someone to DM and you send them the link to sign up, right? So what we're basically going to be doing here is we're going to be doubling the amount of warm outbound opportunities that we've got as a first starting point. So imagine that you've basically got this and you've got stage 1, right? That is basically where if you are releasing lead magnets every single month, it gives you an opportunity where you can outbound more people. But if you are obviously collecting their emails and putting into a smart list, then you've also got the actual retargeting element where every single month you can be emailing those people. So you've got 2 different points of retargeting just from actually making sure that you've got a clear, good structure in terms of getting people's information by giving them something for free, such as a lead magnet. So once we've done this, and what I recommend to people is that you plan all this out. Don't just be like, right, I'm going to start an email list, and then in January, I'm suddenly going to jump off it and stop because I forgot to do a lead magnet, and now my email list is staying the same. When you've decided what it is, what you're going to send to people, why someone would join, plan out all of the assets that you're going to have for the rest of 2025 or 2026, for example, and get them all done, get it all preset, because then it's easy for you after that, because all you need to think about is actually creating content, promoting them, and sending the emails out. Whereas if you're trying to do all this at once, it's going to become a little bit of a clusterfuck. I love the word clusterfuck, because you have so many clusterfuck situations in business, right? So we have now created the lead magnets. We've got a forward-facing plan. We're sending them out, and let's just say, for example, right, we start here, and this is all this is every single month, if we did an average of 50 opt-ins every single month, as you can start to see, by the time it comes to the end of Q1, we've got 150 emails. When it comes to the end of Q2, we're then coming to a point where we've got 300 emails, right? And this is all we're basically trying to do is we're accumulating, populating, retargeting continuously throughout, right? So the more data capture and more accumulation that we can have, the more people that we can outbound, the more people can retarget with what we're actually putting out on our email sequences. And the next thing that we're going to make sure that we're doing is actually the call to action element of making sure the new people on your social media page do actually know there's an email list there, right? So what you've got on the third point here is basically having an evergreen sign-up process, which presents the rationale to why someone would join on, for example, your Facebook or your Instagram Linktree or whatever it may be. So people can sign up at any point if they click onto your link. But if you are in this situation up at the top, and let's say that you've got 2,000 followers here, right, and it comes to down the line, you've then got to a point where you've got 3,000 followers, and there's potentially 1,000 people there who don't actually know that you send this out. So we need to make sure that, and what I recommend when it comes to, right, I need to run a call to action for people to join my email list, is actually just add this as a Google invite. So if you add this as a Google invite where every month you've got a 15-minute block, when that pops up, yeah, I just promote my email list, then you're going to actually do it, right? So for example, just add the invite to Google Calendar so you can make sure that you are maintaining the 2 call to actions for someone to actually join per month via a page post, via a story, giving some insights for what you've been sharing on that email channel. And then obviously from that point, you've then got the evergreen sign-up process, and you basically got this element of an easy weekly promo. So this is just a little bit of kind of build up and FOMO. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm sending this out for free to my email list. You need to know what my opinion is on X topic if you join my email list. All this takes is one story, and you can potentially be not only hitting 50 opt-ins, this is 50 opt-ins is low for a lot of people out there, very, very, very low. So the more opt-ins that you get with the better creators and the better promotions and better content with social media, and the more volume of people are going to grab awareness for this, more people then opt in, more people are getting retargeted. So when we're looking back at it, yeah, you might think, oh, well, that's a lot of effort to go to for that time. But let's just say that you had to do this process properly and you're doing your content properly, you're doing everything else properly. And in 12 months time from now, you've got 2,500 emails that you are nurturing and retargeting with value, with personal stories, professional stories, testimonials, results. And the biggest benefit is at the bottom of every single email, you've got a call booking link. How many more opportunities are you going to be putting forward to actually increase your rate of appointment bookings? How many times can you present your offer? And most importantly, if you've got like a 40% open rate and view rate on a 1,000 email list, that's 400 people there who are really heavily bought into you and your long form copy, right? With only one single primary call to action at the bottom, which is an easy click through link to do something. So yes, build up your email list, and one of the first things that you think, I sound a lot of effort, that, right? But that's what business is. Business is a lot of effort, right? But if you go that extra mile and you do this type of format where you have a clear understanding to what you're going to provide to them and a rationale for why someone would join, you then have 2 lead magnets that go out every single month on social. And this is not even talking about ads and collecting emails, but you've got 2 social media lead magnets that's going out, you're accumulating more data, you're running 2 clear call to actions every single month for someone to join, you've got an evergreen sign-up process and a weekly promo, which is all both added into your Google Calendar. It's not going to take you long to build that up. And if you are going to the length of making sure you are providing value as to why someone should join in the first place and following through with what you are saying on that initial form, you are going to get a substantial amount of bookings from it. You are going to get a substantial amount of leads, guys. So do not sleep on email marketing. But if you are in a position right now where you are looking at it, but you're unsure of the best way that you should actually be looking to build it up, this is the best organic way that I could obviously present to you guys. And the biggest element is the fact that you've got stage 1, where every single opt-in is also an opportunity for a new outbound conversation and connection. And then you've also got stage 2, where the people who obviously are receptive to that initial outbound message are still going to get nurtured by them on the email list, guys. So again, if you do want to support anything like this, all you just do is drop me a message or hit the link somewhere around my bio, because this is literally what I do inside my program and our community. If not, guys, I'll see you on the next video.